Hello, and welcome to ClinicAid. In this tutorial video, we'll be showing you how to get started with billing Alberta Health in Alberta through your very own ClinicAid account. We'll cover starting a free ClinicAid trial, logging into your brand new account, setting up provider details, and connecting your account to Alberta HLINK system. We'll also show you how to add patients to your account and how to create and send your first invoice. Plus, find out what you can expect once you've submitted your claims to Alberta Health. Let's get started. If you don't already have an account, you can begin a free trial of ClinicAid simply by going to clinicaid.ca, filling in your information on the sign-up page, and waiting for the email with your login details, which will be sent to you shortly. Anytime you're using ClinicAid, we recommend using Mozilla Firefox or Google Chrome to ensure the best experience. To log into your ClinicAid account, open up a Firefox or Chrome window. Go to clinicaid.ca, click on the Login button, and enter the login and password details you've received via email. Once you've logged in, you will see your dashboard. It should look very similar to our demo account, which is what we're currently logged into here. The first step in getting your account set up is to add a provider record. This can either be yourself as the physician or medical care provider, or it can be a provider that you're going to complete the billing for if you're a billing agent in Alberta. In order to add a provider record, you'll need to click on the Admin section in the left-hand menu. Under the Admin section, click on Providers to reach this screen. Click on the green Add Provider button and complete the fields listed to create your first provider account. You'll need to complete the physician's first and last name. You'll also need to complete their provider billing number, which is the physician's 9-digit practitioner ID as registered with Alberta Health Services. Don't include the hyphen in the number. You'll also need to include a source code, which is a required field that you can make up and set to anything you want. The source code can be a random 2-character code. Unless specifically requested by the provider, we generally set this field to the initials of the physician. For example, for Dr. Jane Smith, the source code would be JS. This code is sent to HLINK and can be used to identify billings when contacting their support department. The next field is the skill code, which refers to the physician's primary skill that is associated with their business arrangement number. For example, for an anesthesiologist, the skill code is ANES. For a general practitioner, the skill code is GP, and for a psychiatrist, the skill code is PSYC. This section is a search field, so you can simply begin typing your specialty and you should be able to select the appropriate skill code from the results. If you're unsure of your skill code, Alberta Health will be able to confirm what you've registered your business arrangement number under. If you're using an alternate skill on a portion of your claims, you can identify that on specific invoices. Also complete the business arrangement number, which should be a 7-digit number that you will receive directly from Alberta Health and is associated with a method of payment. Don't include the hyphen in that number either. In order to submit through ClinicAid, your business arrangement number must be attached to our submitter account, which is designated by the 3-letter prefix of CPI under our parent company name, Cloud Practice Inc. You can complete this information on the accredited submitter for this BA is line in section B of the business arrangement request form, which is form 8HC0913. You will need to complete this form with your provider information if you don't yet have a BA number, or if you have one but it's attached to a different provider. This is what the form looks like. And in this field, you'll need to put our prefix of CPI. If you have an unattached BA number already, you can attach it to our submitter prefix by completing the Submitter-Client Relationship for Electronic Claim Submission form, Form AHC2096. This is what that form looks like. You can find contact details for Alberta Health here for any additional assistance in filling out these forms. Providers can have an unlimited number of BAs, so getting a new one that's attached to our submitter prefix will not affect any of your other business arrangement numbers. Back in the provider section, you'll also need to fill in a facility number. Each facility in Alberta is registered with a unique facility number. Most facilities will show up in the search results once you start typing in the facility name. And you can also save facility numbers that aren't in our current list, which we update about twice a year. but they must be valid facilities that have been registered with Alberta Health in order for the claims to be processed correctly. A facility listing with many of the larger facilities is available online if you'd like to consult it. Along with the facility number, you'll need to specify the functional center where the services are taking place. Each facility has various functional centers within it that identify where in the facility the service was provided. These functional centers are generally correspondent with a physician's skill code. There are usually 3 to 4 letter codes that identify various locations within a facility. A definition of each of these codes is available in Alberta Health's facility listing, and if you're unsure of which functional center you provide services in, give Alberta Health a call to confirm. It's important to note that if you submit bills without the appropriate functional center, they will not be processed correctly. Please make sure you've completed this field before beginning to submit claims to Alberta Health. Physicians may have multiple facility numbers and functional centers that they provide services in. The one set in the provider record should be the primary or default facility and functional center. If you are working at many different facilities and functional centers with no defined or recurring schedule, it's also possible to leave this information blank and to complete it per bill or with the use of default invoice templates, which can be set in your account in the Preferences section. Once you've completed the applicable fields for your provider, click the blue Create Provider button to save the provider's record in your account. You can go back and edit the provider record at any time by clicking the provider's name and selecting Edit, or by clicking the pencil icon. You can add more providers to the account by repeating this same process. Now that you've got a provider record saved in your account, let's talk about connecting your account to HLINK. ClinicAid has a built-in connection to the HLINK submission system that Alberta Health uses for electronic claims submissions. Once your provider record is completed with all of the required information, you are ready to start creating and submitting your bills. No other setup is required. With that said, let's start creating invoices. In order to create an invoice, you'll need to have patient records saved into your ClinicAid account. There are a few ways to add patients. If you had a previous billing system before using ClinicAid, it's possible that we can do a demographic import of your patient records. Contact one of our support reps for more details about this option to find out whether it works for you. The second option is to add patients via the Manage Patients section in the left-hand menu. Click the green Add a Patient button near the top right corner of the screen to create a new patient record. This will open up the complete Add Patient screen, which you can fill out with the patient's information. Clicking the Quick Patient option will open up a shortened version of this form. The third option is to create a new patient using the Quick Add form as you're creating your invoice. Click on the Create Invoice section in the left-hand menu to reach the invoice creation screen. Your cursor will automatically populate in the patient field on the right-hand side of the screen. Here you can search for a patient that is already in your system by name or personal health number, or you can create a new patient record from here by clicking on the little plus sign. This will open up the short form to add a new patient, allowing you to enter the patient's details and save them to your patient records as part of the invoice creation process. Once you've completed the patient's details, hit the blue Create Patient button to save the patient. You'll be able to add more info or edit the patient's details back in the Manage Patients section. To begin creating your first invoice, search for, select, or create a new patient. Then select the appropriate provider and start adding line items to your invoice. To add a line item, you can begin typing a code number or a word in the field. Our handy lookup tables will populate to help you narrow down your search if you don't quite remember which code you need. Fee modifiers can be applied to service codes if necessary. The modifiers that are applicable to the service code entered will populate as you move onto the fee modifier fields. You can add up to 3 fee modifiers for a service code. The same lookup functionality is available for the diagnostic code. Simply type the number or word to search through the lookup table. Your account, like this demo account, will not show any favorites codes that have been pre-saved for easy access. You can add these codes via the Preferences section once you're ready to. We have another video tutorial available to show you just how to do that. Once you've entered the service and diagnostic codes, enter the correct service date, and click the Add button to add the line item to your invoice. If there are additional service codes to add to this bill, simply repeat the process. Once you're done with the bill, hit the blue Save button to save it. You should see a green message on the right-hand side of the screen confirming that the invoice has been saved to this patient's record. You may see a red message instead if your invoice is missing critical information or another error has occurred. Previous invoices will appear in this section once you've saved more invoices to this particular patient's records. You can also hit the green Send Now button to send the bill immediately once you've finished completing it, but we recommend saving your bills and sending them out in batches so you have one more chance to review them before submitting. You can continue adding patients and creating invoices in this way until you've completed your billing. In order to send your saved invoices, go to the Manage Invoices section in the left-hand menu. This is where you can review all of your invoices created in ClinicAid. Here you'll see a list of the invoices you haven't submitted yet. You can view and make edits to invoices before sending via these buttons, or you can use the filters to look for particular invoices that you've already submitted. You're able to send individual invoices by clicking on the green arrow button, which will give you a pop-up confirmation window before the invoice sends. You can also send a batch of invoices at once by selecting the top checkbox under the New tab. This will select all of the invoices visible on the page, and a green Send button will appear, allowing you to send all of these invoices at once. Once you've sent in some invoices, Alberta Health will begin processing them. You will see your submitted claims in the Pending tab until they are assessed by Alberta Health and sent back with updated statuses. You will not be able to edit claims that are pending until you receive a response from Alberta Health on them. The billing cycle in Alberta is 1 week long and follows this process. Official cutoff is every Thursday at 4:30 p.m. Claims sent in before cutoff are assessed over the weekend, with a remittance file being sent back from the HLINK system by Sunday evening. All updates to your claims will be reflected in ClinicAid by Monday morning. Payment is usually made the Friday after claims have been assessed, so 1 week after the cutoff date. ClinicAid will automatically update the statuses of your claims in the system as soon as we receive the remittance file back from HLINK. Your claims will either be settled, accepted and paid in full, or will require action, rejected, underpaid, or paid at zero claims. Invoices requiring action will have this status until you edit them to fix the issue displayed by the rejection reason and code, or until you manually settle the claim. You can submit claims as often as you'd like, and you can use ClinicAid's handy features such as favorites lists and default invoices to streamline your submission process. If you have any questions or need some additional help, please look through our help section, which you can find via the handy links on your dashboard and on the left-hand menu. In our customer support portal, you will find links to our other tutorial videos, as well as written guides and FAQs to help you familiarize yourself with your new ClinicAid account. You can always contact us as well, and one of our support reps will be happy to assist you. Thanks for watching, and happy billing!